The architects of the city, the leaders, visionaries, and outsiders who shape global finance. Great cities are not built by stone alone. They are built by people, by minds brave enough to imagine something larger than themselves and determined enough to reshape the world around them. The City of London, for all its towers and trading floors, is ultimately a monument to the individuals who shaped it. Some were bankers, some were merchants, some were innovators, and some were outsiders who challenged everything that came before them. Together, they forged a global financial center whose influence stretches far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. The city's story is not one of single legacy, but of countless personal legacies layered across centuries. Every generation brought new figures who pushed the boundaries of what London could become. Some worked quietly, others dramatically. Some were heroes, others controversial, but all of them left their mark, and without them, the city would be nothing more than a collection of streets and buildings. To understand the city today, you must understand the people who shaped it. It begins with the merchants of medieval London, individuals who transformed a riverside marketplace into an international trading hub. They were not nobles or aristocrats. They were traders, artisans, craftsmen, and opportunists. Their ambition built the early infrastructure of commerce. Their guild shaped the first financial rules. Their networks connected London to the ports of Europe and beyond. These early figures, whose names are rarely remembered, created the foundations on which the city now stands. Centuries later, the city's destiny would be reshaped by the financiers of the 17th and 18th centuries, visionaries who understood that finance could be more than counting coins. They saw a future in which money could travel, multiply, and transform entire nations. When William Patterson proposed the idea of a national bank, he was not just creating a financial institution. He was changing the architecture of government and commerce. The Bank of England, born from his vision, became the nerve center of global finance, stabilizing markets and shaping economic policy for centuries. Then came the innovators of the Victorian era, the bankers, industrialists, and entrepreneurs who powered the expansion of the British Empire. Men like Nathan Mayer Rothschild revolutionized the way capital moved across borders. His intelligence network made him one of the most informed individuals in Europe. His ability to manage state loans transformed London into banker of nations. His legacy is not measured in wealth alone, but in the very structure of modern international finance. But the city was not shaped only by its giants. It was also shaped by outsiders, immigrants who brought new skills, ideas, and energy. Italian merchants introduced modern accounting. Dutch traders brought new financial instruments. French Huguenots introduced advanced business practices. Jewish banking families created networks that spanned continents. These outsiders did not merely join the city, they expanded it. They made London global long before globalization became a word. As the city entered the 20th century, a new generation took the stage. These were the institutional builders, the individuals who designed a modern financial system. They were central bankers, regulators, economists, and corporate leaders. They understood that the world was changing. Industrialization created new challenges. Globalization created new risks. And so they built the frameworks that still guide global finance today. Their decisions shaped interest rates, monetary policy, and the structure of financial markets. Even now, their influence echoes through every economic cycle. Yet some of the city's most impactful figures are ones the public rarely knows. They are the traders who invented new financial products, the lawyers who drafted the first global contracts, the analysts who identified patterns that change investment strategies, and the engineers who designed the digital infrastructure that keeps markets alive. Their names may not appear in history books, but their ideas alter the trajectory of modern finance. The city has also been shaped by reformers, individuals who recognize that power must be balanced with responsibility. After every crisis, after every scandal, after every collapse, there were people who stepped forward to rebuild trust, regulators who tightened oversight, economists who exposed weaknesses, investigators who uncovered manipulation, leaders who insisted that the system evolve. Their work did not erase the city's flaws, but it strengthened its foundations. Leadership in the city is not always glamorous. It often requires making decisions that few will understand and even fewer will appreciate. It requires resisting pressure from governments, investors, and institutions. It requires courage to act in the long-term interest of stability rather than short-term gain. Many of the city's most influential leaders were not those who expanded markets, but those who prevented them from collapsing. The city is also shaped by those who challenge it: critics, activists, journalists, and academics who question the fairness, transparency, and morality of global finance. Their voices create tension, but also accountability. The city's resilience comes not only from strength, but from scrutiny. It survives because it listens, adapts, and absorbs criticism into its evolution. The loudest critics often become the catalyst for the city's greatest reforms. Today, new figures rise from unexpected places. Technologists building financial platforms, entrepreneurs creating digital payment systems, engineers designing AI-driven trading models, and innovators rethinking how money should move in a digital era. These individuals are not bound by tradition. Their influence grows through creativity, not hierarchy. They are building the next chapter of London finance, one algorithm, one startup, one breakthrough at a time. The future leaders of the city may never set foot in a traditional bank. They may work in labs, not boardrooms. They may speak the language of code, not spreadsheets. But their impact will be profound. They will reinvent how markets operate, how institutions secure data, how capital flows across borders, and how risk is measured in a world defined by uncertainty. They will build the systems that future generations will take for granted. Yet for all its evolution, the city's power remains rooted in individuals. People who can see what others cannot, who act when others hesitate, who dedicate their lives to mastering complexity. Power in the city is not inherited. It is earned through resilience, intellect, and adaptability. It flows to those who combine ambition with expertise, confidence with humility, and vision with discipline. It is a power balance between legacy and innovation. The city's greatest strength is that it never depends on a single generation. It continually renews itself through new minds, new ideas, and new leaders. While institutions endure, the people who shape them change. Each generation builds on the last, adding new layers to a structure that has been under construction for 1,000 years. That is why London remains one of the most influential places on Earth. Not because of its history alone, but because of the people who carry that history forward. Not because of its institutions alone, but because of the individuals who animate them. Not because of its wealth alone, but because of the leaders, visionaries, outsiders, and innovators who reinvent the city again and again. In the next episode of Cinematic London Finance Chronicles, we explore the city's most enduring paradox, how a place so focused on the future is continually shaped by its past, and why its identity is built on the tension between tradition and transformation. Subscribe and continue the journey into the unseen forces shaping our world.